Good afternoon and welcome to the Bright Futures Leadership Development Program. We gather today to honor 41 graduates in the class of 2017. And this class, you are, the more we invest in our employees, the better county government becomes. And this program is our most elite training offered. We've partnered with the UGA Carl Vinson Institute to design and implement a 10-month stimulating and engaging curriculum that will expand the management and leadership acumen of the participants. And I would like just to take a moment here to give special thanks to Dr. MARCI Campbell and her team. And her team for their continued support in furthering the professional development of the county's employees. They selected these high potential stellar professionals that you will see today. And I also thank the department heads for allowing the employees to take advantage of such a wonderful program. One of the main experiences that the participants gained was the ability to discuss and debate some of the key issues confronting DeKalb County, and they also were able to dialogue with the leadership. Another important point was many of these participants got an opportunity to foster professional relationships with people outside of their departments, something that may not have happened otherwise. Participants also learned why and how certain things happen in the administrative support departments, and which gave them a better understanding of how things get done in DeKalb County. These lessons will be further reinforced through the mentoring component that we've added to the program, and you're going to hear about that mentor-mentee relationship shortly. Some of the graduates have also moved on to higher positions, and we have many in the room, so would you at least raise your hand, those who've gained promotional opportunities. Raise your hands, please, so please. Just remember one thing, that it's all about acquiring the tools to excel where you are so that we can better provide services to our stakeholders and to solidify the bench strength for DeKalb County so that when we look for managers to fill positions, that we can first look in-house before going outside. So please give yourself a round of applause for your achievements. After the invocation, there will be a slide presentation, and it's going to be shown on this wall, and I hope you can see it because it really highlights some of the memorable moments throughout the program. And I want to just give special thanks to Chief Conroy, Chief Fulham, it's a number of people, Sheriff Mann, Pat Bailey, Scott Toller, Marvin Billups, and Crystal Richardson from Grady Community Affairs for hosting the tours for our participants. And last but not least, special thanks will go to Fabienne Niles. Where's Fabienne? She is the manager for the organization and employee development team. Fabienne and her team made my job very easy. This time I got to sit back and just enjoy the show. That's Fabienne, Lori BOYCE. Where's Lori? Lori and Morgan Hill. Where's Morgan? They have dedicated countless hours to making sure that this program is a success, and so I say hats off to them and great job. So please enjoy the program. I think this person needs no introduction, but for those of you who don't know him, he is Terry Phillips from the Law Department. He's a supervising attorney. He is also the lawyer for HR, and he's going to give the invocation.
Good afternoon. Let us pray. God, we thank you for guiding the 41 participants through this program as aspiring managers and emerging executives. We ask that you'll continue to watch over this program and the leaders of DeKalb and the Carl Vinson Institute of the University of Georgia. Help them all to set a good example by demonstrating in their daily behavior what it is to lead with service to those you're leading. Help them to model the behavior you would have them model, to create the leaders you would have them be and the executives you would have them be. Please let this celebration just be a celebration of what is to come for them and the good work that they are to do. Please bless the meal and watch over this ceremony. Thank you.
I believe in you. Just 4 simple words, but to a child in need, they mean the world. I believe in you means you have potential. You are special. You matter. When you support a child through Save the Children, you're saying, I believe in you. Your help says to a child, I believe that you deserve a successful start to life and a solid foundation to build upon. I believe you're worthy of good nutrition, quality healthcare, and the opportunity that education unlocks. Becoming a Save the Children advocate sends a powerful message of support. It says, I am here for you, to lift you up, to cheer you on, and to celebrate your success. I believe in you. Just 4 simple words that can bring hope, that can change a life. Visit sponsor.savethechildren.org/believe today and tell a child in need, I believe in you.
So without further ado, we want to bring up our CEO, who really needs no introduction, CEO Michael Thurmond. We all know that because of Michael Thurmond, we're going to see and realize a new day in DeKalb County. He's already making great strides. He come to us with a wealth of experience and knowledge, not only from his legal background, but from his public sector technical skills and experiences. I remember him as the Labor Commissioner for the state of Georgia. Some of you all probably also know him as the Superintendent for DeKalb County Schools. He is everywhere, like the ever-ready bunny. He's everywhere, full of energy, and now he's in DeKalb County, and he's going to take us to greater heights. So let's give him a round of applause.
First of all, I want to thank Ms. RANSOM for her leadership, for her vision and commitment to improving public service and the quality of the service that we provide throughout this state, throughout this county. And let's give her a round of applause. She is a phenomenal leader. Appreciate you. Also, my neighbor from over in northeast Georgia, my former neighbor. She's from Oconee County, Georgia. Actually, my folks are from Oconee County, Georgia, and right next door to Athens. Let's give Dr. Kim a round of applause. She is a great leader. She is employed at the Carl Vinson Institute of Government, where I formerly worked. It's a theme here. Y'all know I've had a lot of jobs, right? I've had a lot of jobs. It's hard for some folk to keep a good job, right? And that's how that is, but it's about lifelong learning, right? And you always seek to elevate yourself, and that's what Bright Futures is all about. It's about accessing lifelong learning opportunities to elevate yourself and your skill set so that not only can you better serve DeKalb County, but you can better serve yourself, your family, and your community. And I just come by this afternoon to offer my congratulations to each and every one of you for feeling it not robbery to submit yourself to this particular curriculum, to gain more insight, to learn and to grow. Because life is about what? Lifelong learning. As soon as you reach the point where you believe that you are the subject matter expert, that you know everything you need to know, that you are what? The it. Then you have completely failed. You can always learn, am I right? And just on behalf of DeKalb County, I'm so excited to be working with you all here in DeKalb County. DeKalb County is on the rise. DeKalb County government in particular is on the rise, and you all are the future leadership of this county. And we will continue to invest in our future leaders, those who will lead this county into the future. We are at an exciting moment, a transformative moment in DeKalb County. But I'm excited, and we're getting ready to do some great things. We're going to pave the highways and the streets and the roads in DeKalb County, Georgia. We're going to fix the roads and the bridges. We're going to improve and upgrade our parks, our fire department, our police stations, 100 new police cars. We're going to improve the senior centers, the health centers, and the libraries. That's an applause line, folks, if y'all don't know it. Applause, 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 applause. Things are getting right. And just this past year, people in this room, I see my leadership team here. You all know who you are, but thank you so much for your support. We've been able to reduce the number of hell water bills from 37,000 to less than 5,000. That's an applause line too. Give the water bills. Give the water bills. We've been able, with our leadership, to provide, to eliminate the issue of salary compression with our public safety employees. We provide over 9,000 men and women who work in public safety a mid-year raise. You know, first we have to be what? Safe. And in order for us to be safe, we have to be able to recruit and retain men and women who put their lives on the line for us. And because of you, we were able to make some significant step forward with their salary. So that's an applause line. We're cleaning up. Operation Clean Sweep, whether you're in code enforcement or roads and drainage or sanitation, Operation Clean Sweep, we've eliminated 41 illegal dumps. We've collected and disposed of over 5,000 tons of litter and debris from our roadways. We've cleared nearly about 1,600 miles of roads in DeKalb County, Georgia. I just came down Candler Road and it was pristine. We're going to clean up our county because we love our county. Operation Clean Sweep, we bumped the gutters, right? And we're cleaning up and we're moving forward. For the first time in 50 years, we have cleaned the large trunk lines in our sewer system. We've begun inspecting the sewer lines. During, when Hurricane Irma came through, when all the trees were down, our folks were out there on the front line. We removed over 800 fallen trees. And we did all this within a matter of 10 days. We cleaned the streets, we cleared the roadways, and we got DeKalb working again. That's an applause line, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. So, I'm not, you know, it's bragging, right? Maybe, am I bragging? But you know, Dizzy Dean, the great baseball player, said, you know, if you really did it, it ain't bragging. So we were really able to do it, and we appreciate it. 4% raise for all employees during this fiscal year. We're going to continue. Our IT department was rated one of the 10 best IT departments in America. How about that? Our fleet management was rated, what, number 5 in the nation, in America, DeKalb County. Our fire department 2 years ago earned a Class 2 ranking. That's good, Class 2, am I right? But guess what? We have an aspirational goal. By the time the voters vote on SPLOS and we upgrade our fire stations and buy new equipment, we will have a Class 1 fire and rescue department in DeKalb County, Georgia. And I'm proud of that. And thank you so much, Chief, for your leadership. But we need your help. We need you to believe. You know, I told a story yesterday to the senior managers, MARCI, Dr. Campbell, and it was about Rip Van Winkle. Did y'all study Rip Van Winkle when you were growing up? And you remember old Rip was a guy who was kind of lazy, and he went up in the Catskill Mountains up in upstate New York, and he fell asleep. And Rip slept for how many years? 20 years. He slept for 20 years. And the thing about the story of Rip Van Winkle, that when it was first written by Washington Irving, it was not a children's story. It was for adults. It was political satire. And the most important historical fact about Rip is that when he went to sleep, King George was on the throne and he had control of the 13 original colonies. When he woke up, George Washington was president of the United States of America. The real message behind the story of Rip Van Winkle is that he literally slept through a revolution. And the satire was pointed at men and women who did not recognize that America had been born and that this world really had been transformed. So my message to you all is wake up, that you're in the midst of a renaissance, a revolution in DeKalb County. We learn from our mistakes, but we don't dwell on them. We learn from our mistakes, and we leverage them to the future. We know what we was, we know who we are, but more importantly, we have a vision of what we will become. And that is, we will be recognized as one of the most efficient, one of the most customer-focused, one of the most efficient and effective governments, local governments in the United States of America. Not in Georgia, but in the United States of America. That's the vision. So thank you all. We appreciate you. I appreciate you, and thank you for letting me serve with you. Thank you for fixing me a plate, Miss BENITA, because I gotta go. You know, I grew up in the country. You know, in the country, what we do when it's time to run, we don't just leave and go. What do? We fix a plate, and what? We take it with us, right? And you know, some of us fix more than one plate. So, how many plates did you fix for me? 2. You just made my wife the happiest woman in DeKalb County. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much.
So I'm not real happy about following Mr. Thurmond, okay? But I will do my best. But I do want to say greetings from Athens, Georgia, home of the undefeated Bulldogs. Sorry. Now, it may not last forever, but I'm going to enjoy the moment. Okay? I'm going to enjoy the moment. So I do want to say a very special thank you to the HR department, and not only for this wonderful event, but also for the guidance and support over the last, really 2 years. And so a special thanks to BENITA and FABIENNE and LOWERY and countless others. So thank you very much for that. And for the leadership, for DeKalb County leadership, for investing in you all and partnering with the University of Georgia and the Carl Vinson Institute of Government. We appreciate the partnership, and we want to continue that partnership for a very long time. There are really 3 things I want to touch on before we get to the presentations. And that is, one, is that as some of you might remember, at least I hope you do, I hope you remember, who are in the class, I hope you remember about the single story and making sure that as we meet people and that we interact with all different kinds of people in this world, is that people do not just have a single story. And we must remember to treat them as such, and also remember that you are more than just a single story. You're much more than that, and be sure and tell your stories. The second thing is in Good to Great and the public sectors, Jim Collins, not Tom. Okay. I always try to get a little joke in. So Jim Collins wrote about pockets of greatness and building a pocket of greatness, and that we might not can change an organization overnight, or we might not be able to change a whole department, but you can be your own, you can create a pocket of greatness for what you have control over. And he says a pocket of greatness because he's a lot smarter than I am. I call it your little red wagon. So that's, you take care of your little red wagon and you do your very best, and that's how you lead change. You start off with your little red wagon and you make it the best you can be, and others will see that and they will hitch on to your little red wagon and want to be with you. And finally, I want you to make sure that you connect with everybody in your class. Keep the connection going. Y'all have built a network together that is vital. I know that people from last year's class, I think they're planning a lunch next week or something like that. But anyway, they still get together, and being able to connect with each other, and that's how you're going to build this relationship, and that's how you're going to lead this county to the future. And I'm very happy to be part of that transformation. So that was my third thing. I said there were going to be 3 things, so maybe there's a 4th, and that is that I challenge you. I challenge my Bright Futures graduates. I challenge you to think critically, and that means how can you provide better customer service? How can you improve efficiency and improve effectiveness? And not stick with, well, that's the way we've always done it. You proved in your capstone projects that you can think critically and that you've got great ideas that will transform this government. And so I want you to keep doing that. That's your challenge. I'm telling you right now, okay? So we all have our challenges, and that's yours for today and for the future. So again, thank you so much. What a wonderful opportunity it has been getting to know each of you. You are delightful, just delightful, and I will miss you. And we have a couple of people, they're not gonna come right now, but they're gonna come later in the program, but we have representatives from both the aspiring managers and the emerging executives who are going to talk a little bit more about the program. BURT and Ken Benisod, did I say it right? Close? Close. Okay, they worked together on a presentation, but I think Kia is going to present it today, okay? And for the aspiring managers, and LATANYA Lowery is going to present some information about the emerging executives. So thank y'all again. Again, we're very happy to be partnering with DeKalb County, and we're excited to continue that partnership. And finally, go Dogs.
We just heard our CEO speak about lifelong learning. As a part of our development, professional development and personal development, there's often things that go beyond the classroom, often beyond the training experiences that we have, beyond our education. There's something that we call mentoring, and we therefore have included a mentoring program component of the Bright Futures Leadership Development Program. We have with us today two representatives that, one that served as a mentor for the first inaugural class, and Janet Edsett, who also was the mentee in that process. We wanted to take a few minutes for them to share their experience from both aspects to be a part of this program today. So please help me welcome to the podium our Deputy Chief Operating Officer for Development, Luz Barrero.
Good afternoon. Well, I had the great privilege and honor to be able to develop a personal and close relationship with Janet ESSIX, who so kindly agreed to be a mentee in this program. Our relationship evolved based on the fundamental principles of integrity. And those principles, for me, are the very first one is humility and truthfulness. So humbly, I decided to ensure that as Janet and I met regularly to have conversations about what was going on in her life, that we will have the opportunity to be truthful to each other, and that we will be responsible to each other's commitment to maintain this relationship and maintain the confidentiality of the relationship. So truthfulness and responsibility. And then the principle of intent, meaning what is the purpose of the relationship? What is the intent? What is it that we are committed to achieving? And the commitment and the intent was for Janet to have an opportunity to truthfully and humbly discuss with me what were the challenges that were going on in her life at the time, and that I could hear without judgment, and that I could encourage her without direction, but with a sense of opportunity for exploration of growth, her personal growth. And finally, the principle of honoring our commitments, the commitments to the integrity of the relationship. And all of that is about something you are living today, which is the experience of being leaders. And we all know that being a leader is a personal commitment we make first to ourselves, because we first lead from within. We are the leaders of us. You lead yourselves first. You are the leader of you, of your life. And if you do not lead your life, having led your life with the principles that and values that you embrace, then you cannot lead anybody, because we can only give what we have. So we lead from within, and those principles of integrity and those principles that inspire this relationship were the ones I brought to the conversations Janet and I had during this year, and it has been a great pleasure, and it's been a growing love we have developed in making this mentoring process work for both of us. So, Janet, thank you.
Thank you. I'm kind of feeling like MARCI now. I don't want to follow Lou in talking to you all, but I do want to share my experience from the mentee perspective. First, I do want to say how appreciative I am of having been a member of this program. It kind of, I want to echo what BENITA was saying, and that was what I was thinking about the comments that I would make. The relationships that we fostered in the class and the understanding that was broadened of what it takes to actually run this county came out of that program. We got to interact and meet with people that we otherwise would not have, and it was a blessing to me as an employee here. But on the mentor relationship, I was kind of skeptical at first because, you know, Luz is somebody that I have known her name and admired from afar. And, you know, she has a reputation that precedes her. No nonsense. Luz is about that business. You better be on it. And so I was a little, I guess, intimidated a bit about forming this relationship. But from the very first meeting, all of that just went away because of her warmth and her openness and her willingness to pour into me her experience and her knowledge and her wisdom about how to lead and how to inspire and how to help bring people along. There are two things that I learned best from Luz throughout our interactions. She took the time to meet with me. As busy as she is, this was something that was on her calendar, time for me, and I'm so appreciative of that. And so that helps me going forward, make time for people. Give them the time that they need from you. Another thing that Luz taught me was we all have challenges and things in the work that we don't necessarily like to do. For Luz, it's the big contracts, you know, these notebooks that are like this thick that she has to read through. So she says, I know I don't like it. I tend to put it off, so what I will do is I will commit to doing an hour a day of reading through it so I can get through them. And that was something that helped me, challenged me in the things that I don't like to do. Just give it a little bit of time every day, and that way you chisel it down. And the last thing I want to say that she taught me was always take time for yourself. There are work things, you have to get that done, but you also have to maintain a personal life. And I'm still working on that. There are some commitments that I told her that I wanted to do. It'll take me a salsa class, it'll take me a cooking class, you know, I haven't done any of that, but I'm going to do it, and I've committed to it. And you know, there are so many other things that I learned, but I just wanted to share those things that were the highlights for me and let you all know that it takes effort on both parts. Don't just wait for your mentor to reach out to you. You reach out to them as well. I'd like to spend some time with you. I need to talk to you. Can you give me some advice on this crisis that I'm facing during my job or whatever, you know, but make the relationship a two-way street, and you will benefit from it, I promise.
So there are benefits, correct? Yes. So there were 23 of the 41 graduates that agreed to be participants in the upcoming mentoring program for this year. So we say congratulations to you all for continuing that journey of a lifelong learner through this process. So I want to take the time for those that did accept the challenge to introduce you from across the room to your mentor that has accepted to be a part of this as well. This year, we also added an additional component. The first year, all of the mentors came from within DeKalb senior leadership. This time, we added an extended version of that to invite our colleagues from the community and business community to come join us as mentors. So the participants who decided to join decided whether they wanted someone external or internal. We did the best we could to honor your wish. In some of the circumstances, you may have someone for DeKalb, but we promise you, we matched you with the best one that we could to give you the skills and the knowledge that you wanted to have experience in. Fair enough? Great, great. So moving forward with the introductions. Antoinette Williams, she's the Planning and Research Manager for the Police Department. As I call your name, stand up, please. And we'll move through this fairly quickly. Your mentor is Andrew Baker. He's the Director of Planning and Sustainability for DeKalb County. Keon, forgive me if I do your name, but help me out here. There you go. Senior Staff Engineer, Watershed Management. Meet your mentor, Peggy Allen. I'm not sure if Peggy is here with us today, but she's the Interim Deputy Director for Public Works for Road and Drainage. So be sure to reach out to her. Reginald Smith, Battalion Chief, Fire Rescue. Meet your mentor, if he's here, Hakeem Hilliard. And if he's not here, we'll be sure to connect you with Hakeem. Thank you. Hakeem is the principal of the Hilliard Starkley Law Firm, and he's one of our external mentors. Curtis Watkins, Staff Engineer, Transportation Division. Meet your mentor, Stacy Greer. Is Stacy here today? He's not here. He's the Director of GIS for us for the county, Geographic Information Systems, so we'll be sure to connect you with him. We'll provide you the information. Cariana Turner, Manager, Human Services. Your mentor is Trini Stovall, Director of the DeKalb County Child Advocacy Center for DeKalb County. And we just want you to know they are totally committed for those that are absent, but they had other things on their calendar before they got the invite. So I just want you to know that it's not a slight, but they are totally committed, and we will provide you with all the information, and you'll be connected to them. Glenda Zachary, Library for DeKalb County. Meet your mentor, Teresa Totten from Adult Services. She's an Adult Services Coordinator at the DeKalb County Library. Seems like they already have a relationship. They're already sitting by each other. All right. Engineer Principal Aaliyah Johnson from Watershed Management. You just met your mentor, Luz Barrero. She had to leave, unfortunately, for another engagement, but she's looking forward to spending time with you. Thank you. Brian Robertson, Customer Support Manager for the Department of Watershed. Your mentor is Tracy Hutchison. She's the Deputy Director for Public Works for the sanitation for DeKalb County, and she could not be here with us today, so we will connect you. Katrina, my colleague from HR Operations Administrator from Human Resources. We're connecting you with Linda Jordan. She is the former Managing Director for Mosrell Financial and the current President of the Jordan Group. So, Sylvia James, Administrative Coordinator, Solicitor General's Office. Meet your mentor, Terry Gordon, Supervising Attorney, DeKalb County Law Department. Deandra Stanley, another colleague from our Human Resources Department, Human Resources Generalist, Senior. Meet your mentor, John Mateski, Director of Innovation and Technology, DeKalb County. Diane Davenport, Court Administrator for Juvenile Court. Dr. Sandra Ford, she's the District Health Director for the DeKalb County Board of Health, and I don't think she could be with us today. Thank you. Rowan Camp, Manager of Planning and Neighborhood Services for Community Development. Your mentor could not be here, Mr. Darnell Fulham. He's the Chief of the Fire and Rescue for DeKalb County. Okay. Catherine Harner, Procurement Manager, Purchasing and Contracting. You're over in the corner, I didn't miss you. Terry Phillips is your mentor. Supervising Attorney for our Law Department for DeKalb County. LATANYA Lowery, Workforce Manager, WorkSource DeKalb. Your mentor is Antramika Knight. Is Antramika here? Okay. And what is, I'm sorry, what is her title? It's not right here. She's with the UCO office and for finance. So she would be your mentor for this process. Ann Cooper, Business Process Consultant, Oracle for the Finance Department. Meet your mentor, Calvin Hicks. He's the Chief Appraiser for the Board of Tax Assessors Office, DeKalb County, and he could not be here with us today. Jennifer Barzak. Where's Jennifer? Hi, Jennifer. Youth Collections and Services Librarian from the library. Meet your mentor, Marvin Billups. He's the Interim Director for Parks and Recreation, DeKalb County. Rodney Edwards, Construction Inspector, Watershed Management. Meet your mentor, Mario Evans. He's the Director of DeKalb Peachtree Airport, and he could not be with us today. Todd Smith, Maintenance Supervisor, Facilities Management. Yeah, he's not here. Ted Reinhardt would be your mentor. He's a Deputy COO for Infrastructure for DeKalb County. Kimberly Bullock, Captain, Fire Rescue. James Conroy, the Chief of Police for DeKalb County, will serve as your member. Uh-oh, Zach said, ooh, police and fire. Anthony Saunders, Court Support Manager, Clerk of Superior Court. Hi. Preston Stevens, who is the Interim Deputy Director for Finance, he will serve as your mentor. Okay. Sean Smith, Facilities Supervisors, Facilities. Sean. Meet your mentor, Robert Gordon, who is the Deputy Director of Public Works, Fleet Management. Tamara Ellison, Interim Accounting Services Manager from Finance. Meet your mentor, Allison Weisinger, Library Director for DeKalb County. So, we will present you all with an envelope, the graduates, as you proceed with the certificate, your certificates and plats. You will be given an envelope by Morgan. Morgan, raise your hand, which will give you information on who your mentor is. Also, mentors that are in the room, we also have a matching envelope for you, so please do not leave without getting that from us today. So congratulations, enjoy your experience for being a part of the mentoring program.
Good afternoon and welcome again to the graduation for the 2017 Bright Future Leadership Development Program. I'm Kia Burt. I'm a Principal Probation Officer with DeKalb Juvenile Court and a very proud participant of the Aspiring Managers Track. On behalf of the 2017 Aspiring Managers class, we would like to thank our managers, our leadership, and the University of Georgia Carl Vinson Institute of Government for selecting each of us to participate in the program, and more importantly, for investing in the future leaders of DeKalb. The Aspiring Managers class had a total of 21 dynamic participants from various departments throughout the county. The class was led by Dr. MARCI Campbell. And at the very beginning of the class, we completed the Myers-Briggs Indicator Assessment. This tool allowed each of us to identify our personality type, how we are viewed by the people that we work with, and potential areas for growth. Not only did this tool allow for us to get an understanding for diversity in the workplace, but it allowed for us to have conversations about our experiences within the workplace. It really did provide an opportunity for us to be transparent with one another, which was really refreshing. In addition to that, as a group, we agreed that 2 key attributes of being a successful leader are effective communication and, of course, fostering change. Effective communication skills in the workplace are vital when managing teams with diverse individuals. There was one topic in particular that we discussed quite a bit, and that's the idea of perception versus reality. It is important to ensure that our words convey what we wish our listener to hear and the way we intend for them to hear and perceive our message. We had a lot of great discussion on the perception versus reality. And we decided as a group that effective communication not only nurtures relationships, but it provides for an opportunity to allow for a productive work environment. Whether there's a need to work toward a goal and communicate that goal, or just change within the department. To be an effective leader and a successful leader, you must foster positive change that not only honors established guidelines, but also pushes forward initiatives and inclusive ways of dealing. With any organization, it's important to cultivate an environment that promotes growth of your employees. With that being said, we did have the opportunity to demonstrate the skill set that we have and also just share with one another the things that we would like to see in the future. We were able to present our group projects to both tracks of this program and just showcase our ideas, what we think, how we can implement changes within the county. In closing, the program provided a roadmap for taking on leadership role in the workplace and establishing a defined presence alongside current trends within local government. It was an honor, definitely, to be selected alongside my peers for this program. It definitely was. It was inspiring. It was definitely uplifting. Of course, just getting to congregate and interact with people. We all work for the same government, and we just don't know one another. We don't know what each of us do in different departments. So just having a better understanding of that, and just knowing that your role may seem, very small, or just your day-to-day tasks, but then you realize how it connects with other employees in the county. So that was one of the really big takeaways for this. It was definitely a memorable experience, and again, on behalf of the Aspiring Managers class, we would like to thank our leadership for this amazing opportunity to enhance our leadership skills. Without a doubt, it was a stepping stone in order to develop future leaders of DeKalb, and best wishes to the upcoming 2018 class.
Since I'm short, I'm gonna move this down. Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is LATANYA. I work with WorkSource DeKalb. And first, I want to say thank you to the emerging executives for allowing me to speak on our behalf. And I hope that I do you all honor in representing the ideas that you all shared with me when I polled you to say, hey, what type of information do you want to share? Of course, after polling everyone, we can all agree that there were a lot of highlights. One of the highlights definitely was being able to interact with Dr. Campbell. She was extremely awesome. She allowed us to express our ideas, and then of course, if we got off track, she'd reel us in and kept the entire program exciting. I can definitely say there was never a dull moment, so we do appreciate you for being there for us and helping us out. But other highlights, definitely as Kia had mentioned, it was the ability to take the Myers-Briggs test to see who we are as people and as managers, and to also learn what are the other management styles that are out there and how you can mesh and work together. Because again, if I'm an extrovert and you're an introvert, but I don't know how to communicate with you, then we won't be effective. And I do believe that the entire program allowed us to understand that and how to be effective. The other thing that we learned is we had the opportunity to have outside counties come in and share their ideas of what they're doing. I think sometimes we all get locked into our silos, not only within our own county, but we forget that there are other great ideas that are out there. So of course, we all would want to do the best practices. So why not reach out, collaborate not only with each other, but other counties, so therefore we'll know what is the best practice so we can continue to uplift DeKalb County to make us the best. And then last but not least, I think that everyone would definitely agree, the networking, it was phenomenal. There's no way that you could not have a program like this and not interact. The environment was unreserved. It was, well, what word am I looking for? We were able to speak freely in a closed session and collaborate. And I think that a lot of times if I'm in WorkSource DeKalb or Reggie's over in the fire department and I don't know what he does and he doesn't know what I do, how are we supposed to work together? So this provided a strong platform for all of us to be able to share our ideas and present something that we can hopefully bring together to make sure DeKalb County continues to rise. Again, we can spend money on salaries and hire people for an entire department. We can spend time ensuring our processes are in order, but you could never, ever put a price on true collaboration. So with that, I know we're headed to the presentations, and I'll go ahead and lead to that. The second cohort says thank you, and for the third cohort, whomever that be, good luck.
Good job.
I'll wait till my counterpart gets up here. My name is CHARLA Dean. I'm with the DeKalb County Child Advocacy Center. I'm a senior team lead there. I was privileged to be a part of a great group, and we came up with a project. I'm just gonna ask my group members to stand up so I can at least introduce them. They're spread across the room. Go ahead and stand up, group. Okay, we have Jennifer Barzak, Kenneth McCullers, Cynthia Moore, and LATANYA Lowery, and Reginald Smith. We worked together on this project, and you basically heard a lot of the good reasons that we came up with this project from LATANYA. We decided from the fire department, the library, IT, WorkSource DeKalb, child advocacy, that we didn't know what a lot of other people in the county did. We didn't know what the departments did, and wouldn't it be nice, since we all work in DeKalb County, to be able to say, I know what my county provides to my citizens. When we get those wrong phone calls, no, that's not what we do, to direct those phone calls somewhere. So we came up with this idea called DeKalb University. This will be an online tool, hopefully interactive, where you will go and you'll be able to learn about the different departments in DeKalb County. You would also maybe take a little quiz, a little test. We were hoping that it could turn into something that would help with, you know, saying I educated myself about my department and other departments, showing that you have some sort of initiative and leadership, that you want to be a part of DeKalb County and make DeKalb County great. This was a simple idea that we hopefully will be starting to work on shortly, and you will see, hopefully, we've also been asked to share the idea outside the county. So we think, and we're excited about the possibility of that. And if not the actual DeKalb University that we came up with, something like that, because the experience that we had, we would love for all of DeKalb County employees to have it in some way, shape, or form. And this was our way of presenting that idea of what we were able to experience in the program to that it can be shared, not necessarily just in the program, but a benefit to all of DeKalb County. So I guess you all liked it when you heard our presentation and you voted it #1. So we appreciate that, but if you get that call, if you get that email, please respond because you liked it so much, you might be helping us put it together. Okay, thank you so much.
Motivation gets us started, but it's the habits that keeps us going. Congratulations to the class of 2017 for the Bright Futures Leadership Development Program. Give yourselves a hand. It was just a year ago you were sitting right here in the same seat and you've made it. We started out with 44 students or participants and 41 are graduating today. What an awesome commitment to the habits that we need to create from a leadership perspective. So as I call your name, if you would come up, you're gonna go and take a picture with our COO, Mr. Zachary Williams, as well as faculty from UGA, Ms. MARCI, Dr. Porter. So what you'll do is somebody will hand you your plaque as well as your certificate. You'll stand with your preference and take your photo as I call your name. Are you ready? Jennifer Barzak. Kimberly Bullock Units. Ann Cooper. Diane Davenport. CHARLA Dean. Russell Hassau. Are you clapping because that's the first man I've called? Or Catherine Horner. Brian Jennings. Carver Joseph. Aaliyah Johnson. LATANYA Lowry. Cynthia Morin. Kenneth McCullers. Brawin Camp. Katrina Reeves. Chief Reginald Smith. Cariana Turner. Michelle Vernon. Last but not least, Miss Antoinette Williams. So let's give another round of applause for our emerging executive, class of 2017. The second track is our aspiring managers. The first name I'll call is Keon Vanaside. Class clown, Mr. Johans Benton. Mr. Daryl Blackwell. Miss Kia Burke. Carrie Hawkins. Mr. Rodney Edwards. Tamara Ellison. Hawthorne Herring. Officer Memphis Houseworth. Jessica Hudson was promoted in the middle of the program, changed departments, and she has both department heads here. Sylvia James. Officer Danny Jordan. Patterson. Brian Robinson. Anthony Saunders. Sean Smith. Miss Deandra Stanley. Michael Strong. Curtis Watkins. And Glenda Zachary. This class has completed 60 hours of contact time and will receive 10 hours of CEUs to credit from the University of Georgia.
Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you who are participating. Let me start off, first of all, and I always love when we have events here, I want to thank the Porter Sanford staff once again. Once again, they have outdone themselves, but the facility is also, are always just exceptional. BENITA, you and your team, the HR staff, great job. Great job. I'm so proud of the effort and what we've been doing over the past several years, investing in employees and ensuring that employees understand that we're in this together. And I think this is an example of just that, you know, this ship doesn't rise. We're not going to become as great as we can unless we recognize that this is all about all of us. And that all of us ask ourselves kind of, well, why am I here? And recognize that I'm here to serve. Whether I'm here to serve one of my fellow departments or whether I'm here to serve one of the 740,000 residents, I'm here to serve. At some point during my education and throughout my career, I guess I decided, you know what? Public service is actually worth it. And DeKalb County is where I choose to serve. So I thank each and every one of you for choosing DeKalb County, and you know what? Whenever you decided you were going to come here, you're here at the right time now. You're here at a time where we're clearly on the move. You had the CEO earlier, and no one can speak like the CEO. No one can articulate a vision, so I wouldn't even pretend to try, but I definitely want to echo what he's saying. And when he mentioned, you know, a number of departments and a number of people sitting around the room today and the effort that they have made, I applaud each and every one of you, and I thank you for that. Because I recognize that all of us together, we're unstoppable. Not only will we be the best in the region, the best in the state, but we will be by far the best in the nation. And if we recognize that, you know, when I don't know, Terry's gone, so I can say when floss passes. Can I say that?
Oh, he's over there.
I'm not sure.
He's over
no,
there.
so I can't. See. Oh, there's Terry. There's Terry. Hey, and I think OV sent 2 Terrys too, to make sure to keep me in line, which is hard to do. So, you know what I mean. But the fact is, much more important than investing in capital, which certainly needs to be done. It's investing in the people, because it's us who changes the culture. And to the extent we have a culture where each of us recognizes that I'm a co-owner of this business. This isn't the boards, this isn't the CEOs, this isn't the executive leadership, this is mine, this is ours. And it matters to me how we are perceived. And so I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that we are perceived in a favorable light. And sometimes, as an old philosopher used to say, even though you're fed up, you gotta keep your head up. That's Tupac Shakur. I'm just saying. But ladies and gentlemen, we gotta stick with it. We gotta stick together. We gotta recognize that we are unstoppable if we're together, if we're united, okay? Thank you all, God bless you.
One reminder for the mentors that are here, we want you to stop by and see Morgan to make sure you get your information about your mentees and vice versa. We want to thank again all of the external mentors. Could you just please stand one more time so we can congratulate you for being a part of our effort? Linda, please. And this concludes our graduation. Congratulations to the 2017 class. We look forward to you doing big things in DeKalb County.